Do you have what it takes to start your own NFT project? Do you think you can pull it off? And are you ready? That's what we're going to be talking about today. My name's Kurt. Welcome. And full disclosure, it's hot, so I'm sweating here. It's closed in this room and I'm in Australia, so it's very, very hot and I'm sweaty. But anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. Just wanted to let you know. I'm also not a financial advisor, so anything I talk about is just for entertainment and educational purposes. And today we're going to be looking at what it takes to start your NFT. You know, do you have what it takes? That's really up to you. And you need to be honest with yourself because it's not easy. So first of all, I want to say that creating an NFT is hard work. Okay, when you go to do something like this, you need to have the right skills. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, first of all, do you have the right skills? And if you don't, how will you manage? So I'm talking about things like having good patience. This is quite challenging. When you're creating an NFT, you're going back and forth with artists, with developers, with different people. And you might not necessarily be working with someone in your own country. So in our project, we're working with Australians, we're working with Filipinos, we're working with Vietnamese people that are part of our team. And sometimes communication can be a little bit of a challenge. So you need patience. You need patience, first of all, to develop the project. It's going to take time. It's not like you're going to make an NFT in a week, and especially if you don't have any credibility in the first place. Someone like myself comes from a background of Krav Maga. I'm a Krav Maga teacher, crypto and Krav Maga. I tell that to everyone. And so I don't have a lot of contacts when it comes to NFTs. I'm only new onto Twitter, so I need to be patient. Okay, these things take time. Of course, you want to push, work your ass off, and really expand upon that. But you need to push. You need to have the patience. You also need to be really good at organizing. You need to be a little bit of a project manager. Now, I myself have project managed a lot of developments in the past, so that helps. But at the same time, I need to be open to getting other people to help me with this. Okay, it's not a task for just one man. You need to be able to organize and also have people in your team be able to organize and help. The other thing that you really need to be good at is your ability to deal with challenges. You're going to have things pop up. Things aren't going to go according to your plan immediately, right? Your artist might give you some crap that you don't like, okay? You need to accept that this is part of the process, all right? Just because you're paying someone and you've got a team and you're the boss doesn't mean that it's just gonna go your way. Everyone has a different opinion. Sometimes things are lost in translation, and you just need to be able to adapt and flow and constantly be able to change. That's important. The other thing is you need to be able to make decisions. If you can't make a decision, if the artist sends you a picture and you're like, is this good? And you're like, and have to ask 300 different people before you make a decision, this is a challenge, this is a problem. So successful people, they say, make decisions quick. And I'm not saying don't talk to your team. Okay? All I'm trying to say is be ready to make decisions. Yes, I like that. No, I don't like that. Yes, go with that. No, don't go with that. Right? And ultimately be flexible to change your approach because you might change your mind. And along with the skills, you need to be able to lead a team. If you can't assert yourself, if you don't have the ability to tell people what you want them to do and lead them through positive encouragement, positive, constructive criticism, all that kind of stuff, and really be able to take charge, this is also something that could be a challenge. So these are the skills you need, as well as other skills. They might be marketing skills, business skills. You need to be willing to learn and grow, and anything you don't know, you can always look at hiring people. But more than anything, the mindset needs to be that you're like a sponge. You absorb the information and you implement. I think the next question you need to ask yourself when making an NFT, and one that I've asked myself and one that I've been dealing with actually, is am I prepared to sacrifice my lifestyle? And the answer is yes. I realized quickly that this is a massive project. What we're working on is massive. And while your project may not be as big, or it might be a lot bigger, I don't know, you know. But when you're making an NFT, you need to be prepared to sacrifice time. For myself, normally my schedule is all over the place. So what I've needed to do is go, okay, Monday to Friday, I'm going to just work on this all day, every day. I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to do my training, I'm going to do all the balance that I need. But ultimately, I'm going to be sitting my ass down, okay, and getting this stuff done. I'm willing to make sacrifices. I've had to let go of some other work. I've had to let go of some social activities and a little bit of like vocational activity as well. And basically schedule that for a Saturday, do everything I want to do in that regard on the Saturday, and basically for the next 2 months, I've sacrificed my lifestyle. You need to be able to do that if you want to succeed. Next, you want to be willing, or you've got to be willing to do what it takes. This is a challenge making an NFT. It's not an easy task. While there's lots of videos out there telling you how easy it is, there's so much more to it than just the artwork. So are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to deal with the stress? Are you willing to go a day or a week and feel like you're not achieving anything? Okay? You need to be able to begin with an end in mind. The end in mind is the NFT, your project, the big picture, and then be able to kind of like look to the big picture, look to all the different tasks and understand what each task involves. Basically, be prepared. Be willing to do whatever it takes if you're serious. Do you have the money you need to successfully implement this project? I think a lot of people go into business, and this is a business, really it is, on the bigger scale, thank you, and they go into it without really thinking about the investment. Now, it's not only an investment of time, it's an investment of finances. You need to be able to spend money on developers, on graphic designers. You need to be able to spend money on blockchain experts, right? It might not be a case that you need all of these things, but ultimately it's not going to be getting done for free. There's going to be some costs involved. So have a look at the costs. What does it take? And we'll explore that in this series. And be ready to get the money. If you don't have savings, maybe you need to go to the bank. If you don't have money in the bank, maybe you've got a friend or a relative who can lend you some money. Ultimately, it's going to take cash, and you're going to need cash for marketing and things that are future. So in a business, you tend to look at fixed expenses. Fixed expenses can be things that are like set monthly subscription fee, advertising, and it's fixed. All right, and it's also fixed not only from a perspective of a price. It can be fixed as in it's just always an expense. And then you've got your variables, the things that pop up. Okay, so you need to be ready to be able to spend money, and you need to be sort of like projecting into the future. What do I need to spend my money on? Look at your bills, okay, in and out. Make sure you do. Probably the biggest cause of failure in business is lack of capital. Make sure you got money. My next point is that you need to be ready to seek help. You need to be willing to talk to professionals. In this industry, and really in any industry, if you want to succeed, you can't be stubborn. All right? You don't know it all, and if you think you do, maybe you need to leave. Ultimately, you have to be willing to seek experts. Obviously, you have to pay them, and be willing to listen and adapt your approach if you need to, because these guys are the specialists. Without these people, unless you're an artist, and even if you are an artist, you're still going to have to be able to find information. So maybe just maybe you don't need anyone because your project is so simple, but you need to be able to seek industry experts who may have wrote that article or made a video, and I might be able to help you do that here in order to create your NFT project. And you know what, finally, I want to ask, are you willing to take the risk? It's a risk. There's no guarantee. It could fail. It could fall on its head. Okay, it could be a waste of time and a waste of money. I think that's why you really need to do very good market research, and we're going to talk about that at some point, and have a very good plan. But ultimately, it's a risky industry. Okay, you're not only dealing with the risks of the rises and falls of the market, the interest and then all of a sudden no interest, but you're also potentially dealing with the risks of not having the right information, the risks of hiring the wrong people. There's a lot of risks involved. You need to be able to objectively look at that, okay, and accept it, and then look at ways to mitigate that risk. Ultimately, this video is about if you're ready, if you have what it takes, and are you serious? All right, running a business, creating an NFT, this journey that we're on is not easy. It's been very, very time consuming. It's been quite stressful at times, and I'm willing to do this project and have nothing come out of it. For me, it's about fulfilling my values. Okay, I'm excited by this, the innovation, the creation, the idea itself, the most beautiful but the most amazing NFTs in the metaverse with really cool function, right? This excites me, but I'm willing to lose it all to follow a dream, okay? In the past, there's been many times where I've had different dreams, you too probably, and you've kind of like, let them go. Some of them you're okay with, okay? Some of them I'm fine with, but there's others in the assessment, it's like, I am willing to give it everything, and if it doesn't work out, at least I can say that I tried. Okay, and I put everything in. So you need to be willing to fail, and ultimately that will hopefully, I believe it will, get you to some form of success where you learn and you grow. So if our project fails, let's say it does, and it could, right? You might not like it. I think you'll love it, but let's say you don't. I'm not going to pack my bags and run away and cry. Okay, this is what I really, truly want to do. Okay, I hope it is for you too. Okay, it's a passion, and as a result, I'm okay with the risk. All right, it's not nice to spend lots of money. Okay, good planning will help. If you plan well, you probably have less surprises. Okay, when creating the NFT, but like ultimately, if it all turns to shit, that's fine. Okay, because I took a chance. Are you willing to take that chance? So there we have it. These are the steps to figuring out if you're ready, if you're serious, and do you have what it takes. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.